Today is March the 15th, and today we begin to look at the last 18 hours of Jesus' life on earth. Today we see Jesus standing before Herod. What does Herod want? Let's find out together as we study Luke 23. Today we begin to look at the last 18 hours of Jesus' life on earth before his crucifixion. On Sunday, we looked at Jesus' trial before Pilate and what that was about. Today, we'll see Jesus being taken to Herod in Luke chapter 23. Luke gives additional information that Mark didn't include. Starting in verse 6. As Pilate is examining Jesus, Pilate asks, is he a Galilean? When they said that he was, Pilate sent him to Herod Antipas, because Galilee was under Herod's jurisdiction, and Herod happened to be in Jerusalem at that time. So Herod finds out that Jesus is actually a Galilean. He sees a chance to wash his hands of Jesus. He sends him to Herod, in one sense ingratiating himself to Herod, because this man is Galilean. He's not overstepping his bounds. But in another sense, he is very, very glad to be rid of Jesus. Verse 8. Herod was delighted at the opportunity to see Jesus because he had heard about him. He'd been hoping for a long time to see him perform a miracle. Now we understand that Herod here has a long-standing love-hate affair with holy men. He had held John the Baptist in a similar way, hoping to hear something or see something from John that he had not seen before. Herod's goal with Jesus is to see Jesus do something, to see him do a miracle. Verse 9. He asked Jesus question after question, but Jesus refused to answer. Herod's goal was to see Jesus perform. Jesus had no interest in that goal. So essentially, he ignores Herod. Verse 10, the leading priests and the teachers of religious law stood there shouting their accusations. Herod probably had a little bit more understanding of Jewish law, so when the Jewish religious leaders went before Herod, they could speak to him directly of what their accusations was. This man claims to be God's son. This man claims to be able to destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days. This man claims to be the Messiah. Herod would have understood all of that. But again, Herod is just not interested in any of those accusations. And so at the end of the time, verse 11, Herod and his soldiers began mocking and ridiculing Jesus. Finally, they put a royal robe on him and sent him back to Pilate. This may have been the robe that was divided, or instead of being divided, they cast lots for it at the foot of the cross. Matthew adds a little blurb at the end. Herod and Pilate, who had been enemies before, became friends that day. The extent to which that friendship was, who knows, probably not very enduring. But it is interesting, Jesus brought them together because together they could see in Jesus a crazy man that they thought was of no consequence whatsoever. Everybody seemed to have their own perception of Jesus. Everyone had their own reasons for talking to Jesus. Pilate, his reason for talking to Jesus is Jesus was thrust on him. The Jews' reason for talking to Jesus was to get rid of him. Herod's reason for talking to Jesus was to see him perform some kind of miracle. It begs the question, why do you talk to Jesus? What is it that you want? What Jesus wants is a relationship. I just encourage you today to look at what Jesus wants. Go to him, talk to him, follow him, simply because you love him. I encourage you to like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you use to listen to this devotional. If you have questions, send them to us at questions@becomehope.com. Tomorrow, we will see Pilate declare Jesus innocent.